Hey, good morning, everybody. Ty Garner here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit this morning about a devotion that I read that really just kind of spoke to me. But it was called God, Our Deepest Love by a guy named Kyle Idleman. And he was actually telling about a book that C.S. Lewis wrote. And the book was called The Greatest Divorce. And it just talked about the things that keep us from getting into heaven. And basically the things of this earth that we choose that we choose over God, and those things ultimately keep us from heaven. And it was talking about this lady that actually, she was sitting at the gates of heaven talking to God, and she had basically put her child, she wanted to see her son. Her son had died, and she was there at heaven waiting at the gate, whatever, and she was wanting to see her son. And the moral of the story was about, basically she had put her child, this child, even before God. And it made me think about a decision that I made this weekend, a very poor parenting decision that I made. And I was like, that was me putting my kids above God, and it's not good when we do that. I went to the movies and I was with them, and I really didn't, review the movie as I should, because I think, I'm gonna be with them, But it just ended up being a very vulgar movie with some foul language and just things that my kids at 10 years old and 13-year-olds just didn't need to see. It wasn't good for them. And I had the thought in the movie I needed to take them out, and I didn't do it. Why did I not do it? I mean, ultimately it was because I put them above God. I know what God tells me to do, and I know I was sensitive to my spirit. I heard what my spirit was telling me to do. I didn't do it. And it's sad that I think there's tons of things out there like that in our lives that we put before God, but that's not right. And I'm not going to say that's going to keep me from getting out of heaven, or some of these things are going to keep you from getting out of heaven. But ultimately, if we continue to live that way, possibly they will, if we don't have our heart in the right spot. Matthew 22:36 through 38 says, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And he said to them, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the greatest and foremost commandment." So that is it. Ultimately, we are here on this earth to love God above everything else, no matter what. Even if it comes down to making our kids mad or making our kids upset with us, which I'm at fault for a lot of times. And I've got to work on that. It's something that personally, I like to share personal stories and personal things about myself that hopefully help you and shed some light on things, because that's kind of what I was reading in devotion and this book talked about and made me think about. And so I hope that you will make God your deepest love today and the rest of this, as we go into 2016. I hope that you will think about and apply that to your life as I will be doing myself. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.